apparently Donald Trump Jr. is worried about his dad's mental state following his hospitalization and release from Walter Reed Medical. And that's, of course, for coronavirus. Now, according to Vanity Fair's Gabriel Sherman, the president's eldest son has been alarmed by his behavior for over the past couple of days. Now, that's really, really interesting. So, of course, some of his behavior involved, and I covered the story yesterday, Donald Trump just tweeting out in all caps for like an hour and a half, starting at about 6:30 in the morning, tweeting stuff like, Space Force, vote. All right. That's a little weird / manic. But okay. All right. On that, and other things, Don Jr. has said that he wants to stage an intervention to basically tell his dad, hey, cool that on the tweeting and just focus on getting better. All right. Hey, that makes all the sense in the world. Okay. But apparently there's something that's stopping him from doing that. And that would be Jared Kushner and Ivanka Trump. Oh, that's interesting. So apparently, one source tells Sherman, quote, Jared and Ivanka keep telling Trump how great he's doing. I'm basically encouraging him, hey, keep going, man. Keep going. Interesting. And so, as a result, Don allegedly said, I'm not going to be the only one to tell him that he's acting crazy. So he's got no backup on this. Now that's interesting. And yet, even Jared and Ivanka reportedly agreed with Don Jr. that the president's Monday morning all-caps tweet storm, which included messages such as Space Force, went over the edge. Quote, they're all worried. They've tried to get him to stop tweeting. Good luck. Earlier today, he just tweeted in all caps, feeling great, all caps. Because it's cruise control for cool. Well, look, to be fair, if I were on steroids like he is, I might be feeling great too. Just wait till you come down off that. Not going to feel good. And that, of course, is the concern, by the way, according to Sherman's report. The Trump family's private concern about Trump's behavior could raise questions about his fitness for office. And I've seen reports where even like a one-day takeover by Vice President Mike Pence, and of course I have to play the obligatory
Mike Pounds.
Even a one-day takeover is unacceptable to Trump. He says, no, I'm not going to hand it over. Not in your life. Okay. So he's really worried about being, supplanted, having somebody take over his authority. And so he's really worried about that. Okay. And look, I don't know about you, but I think somebody who has a virus that and is taking medication that can cause some issues with your brain might want to take a few days off, maybe a week or so, or however long it takes for you to get better. It would be nice. It would be nice. That said, those drugs are described by medical experts as impairing, something that can seriously impair cognitive function. And on Sunday, the New York Times reported that the steroids that Trump is taking, specifically dexamethasone, are known to affect mood, causing euphoria or general happiness, as well as other issues. There could be some other issues here. So, look, that's a problem. Combine that. And this is something that I didn't know, but apparently there's a long history of the Trump family in denying serious illness, which could explain Trump's himself, his reaction to having coronavirus and his actions. In fact, according to a Trump family friend, Trump's father, Fred Trump Sr., had insisted on working even after his Alzheimer's disease advanced back in the 1990s. He said, quote, to retire is to expire. So he used that all the way until, obviously, he couldn't do anything anymore. That friend said that as Fred Sr.'s disease worsened, he once came down the stairs wearing 3 neckties at once. The family then created a system so that Fred could think he was still running the Trump organization. Every day, Fred Sr. would go to the office in Brooklyn right? And they would give him blank papers to sign through. Huh. The phone on Fred's desk also was set up so that it could only dial out to the secretary. According to that family friend, Fred, quote, pretended to work. Pretended to work. Oh no. Oh no. Oh God. Oh God. What if? Look, it is not the first story that I've seen where it was implied that Jared Kushner and Ivanka Trump were actually running the show as opposed to Trump himself. I mean, we've seen Donald Trump. He doesn't study for anything. He doesn't really do anything. He doesn't pay attention to briefings. He doesn't pay attention to, news stories. He doesn't read. He's not a one-pager kind of guy. He's like a half-pager. Even if he can get through that and they have to put his name through everything. Do you think he really does any of his work? Who's really in charge here? Could be President Kushner for all we know. I don't know. And maybe it's because Trump's lazy, or maybe he is just too mentally incompetent or incapacitated to even do his job. And what if that they have a similar system? I'm not saying that this is true. This is all speculation. Okay? But maybe I don't know, maybe they're just giving off the illusion that he's actually doing his job when he's really not. When the real power behind the family right now is his family members and his advisors. Again, I don't know. It's honestly, mental illness is something I don't like to think about too much. But the possibility is, given what we've seen so far, is certainly intriguing. But I can't draw any conclusions about it, really. But it is interesting how Don Jr. seems to be raising the alarm and saying, hey, whoa, maybe we should have an intervention here. Donald Trump needs to take some time off and time away and chill out and dial it back a little bit and not maybe do any of these insane tweets. And, of course, you have, other than the tweets, Ivanka and Jared encouraging him, no, keep doing basically what you're doing, despite the of course, very real danger to his health and the health of others. I mean, driving around in a hermetically sealed car, waving at his followers, going into the White House, taking off his mask, and doing these videos where obviously there's a little bit of editing, probably to edit out coughing, because he does have coronavirus. I mean, that stuff does some real danger to your health. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and share with your friends. You can subscribe and help out the channel by becoming a patron. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf, or you can become a channel member as well by hitting the join button below.